everyone. My name doesn't really matter today, but my hair does. Because this is not just a story about a haircut. It's a story about time, memories, and a little courage I didn't know I had. For as long as I can remember, I've always had long hair. Like, really long. When I was little, my mom used to say my hair was like a silk curtain. Soft, shiny, and everywhere. At school, my teachers would tease me, "You'll need a broom just for your hair someday." And I'd laugh, because deep down, I loved it. I was that girl who brushed her hair for way too long before bed. The one who couldn't resist flipping it dramatically like in shampoo commercials. My hair became my comfort, my style, and honestly, a bit of my identity. It was always there, through every exam, every bad day, every good laugh. I never dyed it, never straightened it, never permed it. Natural black. That's who I am. A little plain maybe, but real. Every strand was me. Honest, quiet, and patient. Over the years, I learned how much time it takes to care for long hair. Washing it felt like a mini workout. Drying it took forever. And don't even get me started on the drama of untangling it. But still, I never thought of cutting it. People said, "You'd look cute with short hair." I'd smile politely and think, no way, not happening. Because to me, long hair meant femininity, patience, and love. I grew it for years, from shoulder length to waist to hips. And before I knew it, it was past my waist, brushing against my elbows whenever I walked. Sometimes I joked that if I ever got lost, people could just follow the trail of my hair. But one day, something changed. It wasn't anything dramatic. No breakup, no spiritual awakening. It happened one morning while I was washing my hair. I looked at my reflection in the mirror and suddenly thought, this hair has been with me for so long. Maybe it's time to set it free. I stood there for a while, just holding a handful of wet hair, thinking about how many years it took to grow. The thought was strange, almost like saying goodbye to a part of myself. But at the same time, it felt right. Later that day, I searched online. What can you do with long natural hair after cutting it? And I found stories, people selling it, donating it, sharing it with others. One sentence caught my eye. Hair doesn't just grow. It carries stories, care, and energy from the person who nurtured it. That line hit me hard. I realized I didn't want my hair to just end up in the trash. I wanted it to go somewhere, to keep living, even without me. So I made up my mind. I was going to cut it. The next morning, I wore a bright pink shirt, something cheerful for the big day. My heart was pounding as I walked into the salon. The hairdresser looked at me and asked, "Are you sure? You've got such beautiful hair." I smiled and said, "Yes, it's time." He tied it up in a thick ponytail, nice and tight. Then he picked up the scissors. That shh sound when the blades closed in, I swear I'll never forget it. I could feel every strand separating, like tiny memories letting go all at once. When he finished, he held the ponytail up in front of me. It was long, shiny, and soft. 21 inches. Exactly. 135 grams of history. I took it from his hands and laughed softly. It felt weirdly heavy. Maybe because I knew how many years were inside it. "Goodbye, old friend," I whispered to the ponytail. "I hope someone takes good care of you." When I looked in the mirror, I almost didn't recognize myself. My hair was suddenly short, light, and bouncy. For a moment, I thought I looked like a high school girl again. I laughed. It felt so freeing, like my head could finally breathe. At home, I carefully tied the ponytail with orange thread and wrapped it gently. I took a few photos, one before the cut, one during, one after. I wanted to remember this transformation. It wasn't just about hair. It was about letting go of something I'd carried for so long. I listed the hair online with the simplest, most honest description I could think of. 21 inches, 135 grams, natural black hair, single donor from Thailand. No dye, no chemicals, no heat. Virgin, soft, and healthy. I didn't add fancy words, just the truth. A few days later, a buyer messaged me. She said, "Is this really your hair?" And I replied, "Yes, it's 100% real, cut fresh, from my own head and my own story." She bought it. Just like that, my hair had a new home waiting for it. That night, before packing it up, I placed the ponytail on my table. It glistened under the soft yellow light, like it was quietly saying goodbye. I whispered, "You've been part of my life for years. Thank you. Go bring happiness to someone new." It might sound silly talking to hair, but if you've ever grown something with love, you'll understand that it deserves a proper farewell. After I shipped it out, I felt something amazing. A lightness not only on